In the quiet stillness of the night, when the world has fallen asleep and only your thoughts remain awake, there is a sacred place where the heart speaks honestly before God. Tonight, as you sit in this moment, whether in your room, in your car, or beside a dim lamp, you may feel the weight of your worries pressing against your chest. You may feel the ache of unanswered prayers, the heaviness of responsibilities, or the quiet fear of an uncertain future. But before anything else happens in this story, take a slow breath. Because tonight, God is inviting you into a place of rest, into His presence, His peace, and His healing touch. This is not just a prayer. This is a journey, a story woven gently through the pieces of your heart, guiding you from fear to faith, from weariness to comfort, from loneliness to being held by the one who never leaves. There was once a woman named Grace. Her name fit her life, even though she didn't always feel worthy of it. Every night, she lay awake long after everyone else had fallen asleep. She didn't talk about her struggles. She didn't want to burden anyone. She carried her pain the way many people do, quietly, silently, pretending it didn't hurt, while her heart felt like it was burning from the inside. She had been praying for something for so long that one day she wondered if God had stopped listening. Not because she doubted His power, but because she felt forgotten. But God never forgets. His silence is never absence, and His timing is never late. And on one particular night, everything began to change for her. That night, Grace sat on the edge of her bed with tears she could no longer hold inside. She whispered, "Lord, if you can hear me, I need you. I feel like I'm drowning." Her voice cracked and her body trembled. The room felt small, and the darkness pressed in like a heavy blanket. She didn't know what to say anymore. She didn't know how to pray like she used to. All she could offer was the truth inside her chest, the truth she had tried to hide for so long. And something happened in that moment. Not a loud miracle, not a flash of light, but a warmth, a stillness, a quiet presence that wrapped gently around her heart like comforting hands. It wasn't imagined. It wasn't emotional noise. It was God drawing near to her in the exact moment she was breaking. Grace slowly lay back on her bed and closed her eyes, trying to understand the feeling. The heaviness inside her chest felt lighter, and the noise in her mind began to quiet. A thought came to her, not in her voice, but in a voice so gentle she knew it wasn't her own. "I am here. I have never left you." Her tears returned, but this time they were soft, peaceful tears. For the first time in a long time, she wasn't crying from pain. She was crying because she felt seen. She felt held. She felt loved. And as she rested there, something beautiful happened inside her soul. God began to show her the parts of her story she had forgotten, moments when He protected her, carried her, held her, even when she didn't notice. God began reminding her the accident she survived when she was younger, the friendship that saved her from deep loneliness, the sickness she healed from faster than doctors expected, the night she almost gave up, but someone stopped her. Grace realized that even in the seasons when God felt silent, He was working behind the scenes, moving pieces, opening unseen doors, and holding her together. And as these memories washed over her, the fear inside her heart began to dissolve. She whispered, "Lord, I'm tired of being strong alone. I need you." And heaven responded with peace, deep, overwhelming, gentle peace that she hadn't felt in years. Grace slowly drifted into sleep, but tonight her sleep was different. She dreamed, not of fear, not of anxiety, but of walking beside Jesus through a quiet field. The sky was warm, and the wind touched her face. Jesus didn't say anything at first. He simply walked with her, matching her pace. She felt no pressure to speak, no need to pretend. Her soul rested beside Him, the way a child rests beside her father. Then Jesus turned to her and said, "Your story is not over. What you've lost is not the end. What broke you will not define the rest of your journey. I am restoring you, not all at once, but piece by piece, moment by moment. His voice was gentle but powerful, like a whisper that echoed across eternity. Grace didn't respond. She simply listened. And Jesus continued, "You have cried in secret, but I have seen every tear. You have carried burdens that were never meant to be carried alone. Tonight I am lifting them from you." He placed his hand over her heart, and warmth spread through her chest, deep, healing warmth. Memories of pain floated away like dust in the wind. Old wounds began to close. Scars that once defined her now glowed with a new meaning: survival. Jesus lifted her chin gently and said, "You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are mine." Grace then found herself walking deeper into the field, where she saw a path she had never walked before. It wasn't straight, but it was filled with light, warm, golden light. She felt Jesus guiding her toward it. "This is your new beginning," he told her. "You don't have to understand it. You just have to trust me." And as she stepped onto the path, she felt strength returning to her body, strength she didn't know she still had. She felt hope rising inside her chest like morning light. She felt the pieces of her heart coming back together in a way she could never have done alone. Suddenly, Grace woke up not startled, but peaceful. She looked around the room, and though it was still dark, it didn't feel heavy anymore. It felt safe. She whispered, "Thank you, Lord." The fear she carried for so long had loosened its grip. The sadness that rested on her shoulders had lifted. She felt different, lighter, freer, held. She knew that God had met her in her sleep and healed parts of her she didn't know how to heal. She sat up and breathed deeply, letting the presence of God fill her lungs. It was quiet, but not empty. She felt him there with her, steady and gentle. As the hours passed and dawn approached, the story continued to unfold. Grace got out of bed and opened her window. The sky was still dark, but she could see the first hints of morning light. She whispered, "Lord, walk with me today." And she felt him say, "I will." For the first time in a long time, she didn't dread the morning. She didn't fear the day. She wasn't overwhelmed by what was ahead. She felt covered, protected by a God who never sleeps, never leaves, never abandons. Her story wasn't fixed in one night, but something had shifted deep inside her soul. A new chapter had begun. This prayer story is also for you. You who are listening right now. You who feels tired, overwhelmed, or hidden behind a smile. You who lies awake at night, wondering if God still hears you. He does. And tonight, he is as close to you as the breath in your chest. He knows your battles, your fears, your wounds, your loneliness, your prayers. He knows the things you can't say out loud, and he is not disappointed in you. He is not tired of you. He has not turned away from you. He is guiding you through this season, even when you cannot see the path. He is holding you through the pain, even when you feel alone. He is working on your story, even in the silence. Let this be your moment with him. Let this be the night you release what you've been holding for too long. Let this be the night you find rest, not just for your body, but for your soul. Whisper to him in your heart, "Lord, I give you my fears. I give you my pain. I give you my burdens. I give you my story. Heal me, restore me, stay with me," and he will, because he always does. Rest now, breathe. You are safe. You are loved. You are his.